Hi, I'm Mack, and I'm a student at the Just to Start Biomedical Careers Program. One of the reasons why I joined this program is that I've always been able to keep a job. Never had a problem keeping a job. Always been employed, doing something somewhere, something somehow. You know, I got a decent enough personality, decent enough ability to absorb information, so I'm hireable. But the thing is, I've never had a really skill set to actually do anything that I wanted to do. Where if you do a job that you are particularly interested in and you have a sincere interest in, it kind of not defined to all of you, but it defines you. And then it translates not to your social life, your social surroundings. I have a core group of friends, and they've kind of like are on their career paths, and I'm the last one to kind of like be getting there. And I know one of our social gatherings was, like, what do you do? It was no longer, I work here, I work there, as we did when we were younger or young adults. Now it's I'm an accountant. I'm marketing. I'm handling communications for a particular, like my friends from the university here in Boston. So there's that. Another one is an attorney. I was like, hold up, like, yo, I want that. Like, I don't want to just say, I got a job, but I kind of like say, I want to do something. So that's one thing about definition, like as a social aspect, because people want to know who you are. One of the biggest things is getting older is that becoming a parent. Is that I was posed one day by my son, Daddy, what do you do? And I honestly couldn't answer the question because I didn't. I worked, and he knows that Daddy, whenever he asked for something, Daddy could provide for it because I got a steady paycheck. But it kind of was disappointing internally, self-disappointing that I couldn't really answer that question and give an answer. I was just like, well, Daddy works for a particular company, but I couldn't say that Daddy is. One of the biggest fears as a parent is I don't want to disappoint my son. I know I'm not perfect, but I don't want to be a disappointment. And one of the biggest things I believe is, kids don't listen to what you say. They do what they see you do. Well, if I do, if Daddy says he just works, then my son's just like, okay, I got a job, but I'm gonna do it. Like, it doesn't help him focus, narrowing his focus. All right, so that's the big aspect. One of the biggest reasons why I joined the program was definitely the motivation I felt for my son, and being a parent, being a father. I don't know, I feel like this will allow me to build and become a bigger part of my community, my society, my country, just because I'm developing a skill set that the country needs. And that's big. That's a big idea for me, especially as a former soldier. But yeah, it's just been very eye-opening. I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I'm not as smart as I thought I was, but I am capable. And that it's given me the opportunity that, because I'm not as smart as I thought I was, but I am capable, now I have the opportunity to strengthen myself by taking the knowledge that's shared with me here and becoming as smart as I thought I was. I've learned more about this particular industry, being in class, taking part in the lectures. There's more to it than I first imagined or envisioned. It's just the whole understanding of something like penicillin or hormone, where how it's, the process of creating these medicines. To me, that just was under the realm of chemistry. That's just it. But I learned something new here every day, and my excitement hasn't waned at all. It's only grown since I've been here. One of the things I look to garner at the end of this completion is, I can stand back and say, hey, I'm a biomed tech, and I can take tremendous pride. I mean, it might be entry level, but for me, it's a building block. It's a building block of self-esteem.